There are a couple of issues I want to talk about. First off, with the tax reform laws which came into effect on the 1st of January. And we saw that before the president left Nigeria in Lagos, the team of those in charge of implementing the tax laws visited him in Lagos. And the president said that the effective date of commencement of implementation of the tax law stays the same, which is um, first of January. And that the issues that has to do with alterations of the law uh, doesn't is not so significant as to stop the implementation date. And today I saw the news that the House of Representatives have released the copies of the bill that was passed in the National Assembly. So we wait to see comparison with the gazetted copy. I think that the law implementation should have been delayed because it has taken years that Nigerian tax laws were not changed, and it's often controversial. When this new tax effort started, it was also controversial, you know, and then there had to be compromises and all of that. So for a law that was keenly debated, there were public debates, there were debates in the National Assembly, and for it to be passed and the president assented to it, at the minimum, at the minimum, should have been what was passed by the National Assembly. The alterations are not insignificant. These alterations are significant because the alteration is not about clerical errors or grammatical errors. The alterations gave more powers to the tax authority than what the National Assembly passed. That's significant. If you alter something and the alteration gave the executive branch, because the tax authority will be under the executive. If it gave them more authority than the National Assembly passed, that one is significant, and that shows it was a deliberate act by someone that was trying to be clever by half. The tax law is something that would would outlive this administration. Something that years and years to come will be something that will the Nigerians, average Nigerians, businesses and all that will have to get to know, and use it in the course of their businesses, is the course of receiving income and all of that. So for something as significant as this, if there is an issue of legitimacy, if there is an issue that has to do with alteration, then it should be taken serious. The bills should be sent back, the act should be sent back to the National Assembly for review. You should review it and go through it again, then approve what needs to be approved, then send it back to the president for assent. That's the proper thing to do. Because if you don't do that, it exposes the act to legal jeopardy. Because when the tax authorities now start, using the authority that was not legitimately given to them, there will always be question. And it would affect the tax law is a signature achievement of the Tinubu administration. Just like Obama administration where you have the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, ACA. It was a signature legislative win in the Obama era, Obama administration. So in Nigeria, looking at this tax reform, um the bill, the law, is a signature achievement of the Tinubu administration. It's something that they will be proud, they will be proud of. Oh, this is something we did. And honestly, it's not easy to get that, make changes in the tax laws. It is not easy. There are a lot of things involved, a lot of contentions and stuff like that. Different regions of the country, fighting for things that will best represent or best benefits their region and all of that. So it was an opportunity, which, a golden opportunity for the president to have achieved it. It should not be mild in this controversy. And so since there's a controversy and there's a backlash, then the president should take it serious. The question the executive should ask themselves is that, how come the issue came up? How come the House of Representatives, Honorable Abdulsamad Dasuki, how come they got to know that there was an alteration? How come? According to Professor of Law, Odikalo, Chidi Odikalo, he said that it has been, the news, the talk has been going round that the tax laws were altered. There was a rumor, there was a talk of it, that there was alteration in the tax law. Meaning that some people got to know that there are persons, somewhere in the executive, between the National Assembly, Ministry of Justice, the Finance Ministry, the Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee, something happened which people got to know. So the Honorable Abdul Samad would have gotten whiff of, would have gotten wind of what took place, and that's why he went out of his way to collect all the copies, the gazetted one, the one from the Senate House of Rep, and to compare them. So that means there is still more to this story. There will be more revelations. Professor Odikalo said more revelations will come out, but that did not come from him. So something fishy took place. Something fishy took place. And those who did it, they know what they did. And so for the president, he should be offended. That's why this malfeasance, why this? Why try to mar his signature, the achievement of his government in controversy? He should be interested in rooting out those who did it and serving the right sanctions. And then there is still an opportunity for him to send the law back to the National Assembly for appropriate corrections to be made. So it's not something that should be swept under the carpet, something to be considered. And if those who are responsible are held to account, that will serve as deterrent to other people, so that they don't start mocking with other. Because once you start doing something, once you start altering laws that have been passed by the National Assembly, and certain things that shouldn't be there, once you start doing all of those things, you are opening a gateway for corruption, a gateway for malfeasance, for illegality, for illegitimacy, and you are opening the floodgate for court cases in the future. So the proper thing should be done, so that in the future you will not have a situation whereby the whole thing will be brought down by a different National Assembly. So the right thing should be done in this instance.